Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Hello, everyone again. This is my second presentation today. Yeah. As I say, I will start the presentation of the Royal Thai Air Force Satellite Project. And my name is Asit, and Tianjari will present you about the time plan of the project. And here is today's topic. I will start with the project provenance, tell you about history behind the project. And the second is, what is the objective of the project? And I will tell you a little bit about satellite basic knowledge, because I assume that you guys have no basic knowledge about satellite at all, because you are my commander. You have no background, engineering background, so you have to pretend like you don't know anything. And the fourth is, Tianjari will tell you about time frames and plan for the future, for the future Royal Thai Air Force satellite missions. And finally, I will brief you about what can we have from this project, about products and project benefits. Let's start with the project provenance first. According to Royal Thai Air Force 10 years strategic policy since 2008 until 2019. We have mainly 5 strategies. To answer from the second strategy, strengthen capacity and preparedness for national defense. The third strategy is protect national securities. And the fourth, protect national interests. And finally, the fifth strategy is support government development strategy. These are all that this satellite project can answer, can be support to these strategies. And scope down a little bit to our Royal Thai Air Force policy. This is from our current Chief Commander-in-Chief. This is the policy in 2017 until 2018. And he really wants us to get deep into space. So he specified very specifically in this policy number 8, which is referred to space domain. As you can see, he mentioned about 2 things, but the thing that's so involved with the satellite is the second one. It says that to improve operational capabilities concerns space with emphasis on space observations and space-based surveillance, along with personal creations and development to be ready for future space operations or today's operations. So why we want to step into satellite projects? The first thing is to proceed what I have to say to you just previous slide, to proceed the RTAF space domain policies. And also, we would like to increase space-based surveillance capability, not only our own area or only in Thai border areas. We want to extend our observation capability beyond our border to whole of the Asian country coverage. And also, if we comparing the satellite capability with the UAV, here we can have wider coverage area, better than UAV. And the fourth is, if we have not only one of them, we have a lot of them, 10 or 20, we can have near real-time Earth observations, like the other project that they have today, like Planet Labs. They can monitoring Earth very one a day, and then they can update the image every day. So this is what we can do in the future if we have enough satellite in the orbit. And it also that we can have our own communication network backbones. If ground network damaged or destroyed, or you want to have very secure communication channel, you can use our satellite system. Yeah. And finally is if we have satellites, our satellite, we can have our independence. We do not have to rely on anybody, even our organizations. Now, let's move to the objective of this project. First, we would like to perform the CubeSat technology demonstrations for ALTAF ISA missions. ISA stands for Intelligence, Surveillance, and Reconnaissance missions. The second is we would like to obtain the basic satellite ground stations. And the third is we want to train our people for future operations and future missions analysis. And the fourth is to have a knowledge according to like nano satellite engineering into the production and AIT process. Let's talk a little bit about what satellite is. Very like easy and basic. Yeah. Everybody must realize that you have heard many things about satellites. But firstly, I would like to explain about the satellite's classification by weight. Normally, it's very used this kind of classification today. First, it starts with we call large satellites, which the weight is above 1,000 kilograms. The example is we can refer to TAICOM. It's a TAICOM. TAICOM is very big satellite. This is TAICOM 8, very big, yeah, above 1,000 kilograms. And the second, we call it's a medium-sized satellites, which the weight is around 1,000 to 500 kilograms. And the example is the TEOS. TEOS is the Thai Earth Observation Satellite in Thai, which is a little bit smaller than TAICOM. And the second and third is we call mini satellites, but it's not mini small that as you understand. It's still the weight is 500 to 100 kilograms. And micro satellite is about 110. And example is Diwata here. It's the satellite from Indonesia, and the size is about a washing machine, yeah, something like that. And the fifth is the nano satellites. This is what we want to discuss today about them. And the example is the CubeSat, and the weight is between 10 to 1 kilograms. And this is what it looks like. From the picture, you can see it's quite a bit like the same size, but actually, it's like to give you a big picture, but this is much smaller than the big one, very small. Yes. And about Pico and Femto, is not quite popular today. Yeah, and it's still in the research area. And let's say it's about satellite orbits. Normally, satellites orbit around the Earth in circular orbits, and we have like 3 kinds of orbits. Start with GEO, MEO, and LEO. Let's start with GEO. GEO is stand for geostationary orbit. Yeah, the satellite is orbit at very specific height, which is the 35,780 kilometers. With this altitude, the rotation speed of the satellite is the same as Earth's rotation speed. So, if you sit on the Earth and you look at the satellite, you can see the satellite all the time because it's traveling the same speed at the Earth speed. So, in this orbit, normally it's for like communication satellite because we have to transfer the data all the time. So the satellite shall not move to anywhere. Yes. And the second is what we call MEO, and it stands for medium Earth orbits. Normally like lower than GEO, yeah, between 20,000 to 25,000 kilometers. And the satellite in this orbit is normally like global navigation system satellites like GPS, GLONASS, BIDO, yeah, all of them. And the third one is LEO, and it stands for low Earth orbit. But it's not slow, right? Because the airplane cannot fly beyond like 100 kilometers, but this is what about 180 kilometers to 2,000 kilometers. And in this LEO is kind of popular today. We have a lot of Earth observation satellites, and this orbit is where nano satellites such as CubeSat is orbiting normally. And why nano satellites? At first, I want to tell you about nano satellite misunderstanding. Everybody might think that nano satellite can do everything like large satellites. You think that? But that's not totally correct. Yeah. Why? The first is, as you see, from the previous slide, you see TICOM. Imagine it's very big, but nano satellite is limited by its space. It's very small. It's the size of like tissue box, so you cannot put so many things inside them. So it can have like lower mission performance because it has limited space. It can put not so many payloads or sensor inside of it if you're comparing to the big satellites. And also it can have